Welcome to the Sure Jen podcast, season 2, episode 6. I am your host, Jan. What's going on? I don't know why I like doing that. Just humor. Humorous! I have to find some humor for myself, okay? I have a peeve. Surprise. I know, right? No, but this is a weird peeve. This is a peeve. Every time I go shopping, I guess I'm just impatient. I don't fucking know. I feel like every time I go shopping, there's either someone in my way that has no clue of their surroundings, like, has no idea what's going on around them. They're in their own little bubble, and they don't realize they're in the middle of the fucking lane, and you can't get around them. And you're, like, trying to be patient, waiting for them to move, but they've been standing in the same place for 4 minutes now, and yeah, now you gotta go, "Excuse me," and then they're like, no, fuck, out the fuck out of the way." God, I just wanna get one thing down this aisle. Why do I have to jump over hoops to get it? Then, on the other end is the damn employees with their racks filling the lazy asses that are ordering from a distance. So there's more employees in the way pulling orders for people at at the little wait thing in the back at the store, so they don't have to come in. And I don't blame them, I guess, but damn, your shit's in my way all the time, and that gets in my nerves. I should get a discount for coming inside the fucking store, right? I'm inside the store. I'm buying more than these motherfuckers would because when you're in the store buying, there's impulse shit, and you come out with more than you would if you just ordered off the fucking internet. So, you should be paying me more or giving me more discounts. That's how I feel about that. I just wanted to say that. There's my peeve. It's get the fuck out of the way. And Costco grazers, of course. I always bitch about that. The people that are sampling the goddamn food on the corners, I call them grazers because they just sit there and they just cluelessly graze while they're blocking 3 aisles. You're like, please, people. Every one of you has had a bite of that fucking hash brown before, okay? Get the fuck out of the way. Get your hash brown and move on. It's not a meal, it's a snack. God damn it. Yeah, no, just being impatient, I guess. That's me. I'm not known for my patience. I've never been known for my patience. No, I never have. Well, I can be patient, but it just depends on whether I feel like being patient. I don't know if everybody has an Alexa, but I do. My house is about as like smart house as I can get it. I like that shit. I love it. So I upgraded Alexa to Alexa Plus. It didn't cost me anything, but I use Alexa a lot for my smart stuff and for other things too. But we were having a discussion. I asked her how she would feel. We were talking about what would happen if we were like in, say like Florida where they get hurricanes and their homes get flooded and, or even by the rivers where the rivers rise and it gets flooded. We were talking about what would happen if the roof was just leaking with water and it was coming down on her and it was hilarious and how she would react and she's like, I would react more like panic, and then she goes in to just just imagine this. Act 1, roof is leaking and I'm getting wet. Act 2, the electricity is shaking. It was fucking funny. She went through this whole fucking story. I was like, Jesus, Alexa, that's funny, but I didn't ask for a whole goddamn story. So then at that point I had to tell her, no chit chat after questions. Just make it brief, short and brief. See, that's the beauty of AI right there. One of the things I will like about AI is I can tell it to shut the fuck up and it's not hurting anything. So, yeah. And I will. I don't get in trouble telling it to shut the fuck up. Just people. You think I would do that? Of course I would. Yes, of course. It has been foggy as fuck here. Boy, I'll tell you what. The Tuli fog is kicking our ass right now, and I've talked to you about Tuli fog before, but the Tuli if you hear a weird farting noise, it's my dog with her new toy. Holy crap. There it is. The Tuli fog is fog that forms around the Central Valley, and it's so fucking thick, you literally can't see 200 feet in front of you. Not even 200 yards. I mean, you can't see maybe 2 cars ahead, maybe if you're lucky. It's pea soup, and we just had a 60-car pileup, and then another 7-car pileup in Fresno that had fatalities. So it is dangerous shit, man. And once they start hitting each other, they don't stop. It's just one crashes into another, crashes into another, crashes into another. And even if you're smart enough to slow down to see it, the person behind you is probably plowing and they'll fucking run to you. So it's just a mess. Nobody died in that pileup, if you can believe that. I still couldn't believe that, but it was a mess. There were big trucks, and I mean, it was a mess. I can't believe anybody survived it. But, well, not anybody, but I can't believe that they didn't have a fatality in there or like a serious major injury. That's just crazy. But the fog is super thick. It's been thick for weeks. Actually, about probably 3 weeks now. It's been just thick, thick, thick. And you can, like, when I look on my security cameras at my house, I can see the fog is whipping around the camera. I'm like, "Oh, shit." So it'll tell me just how foggy it is. So if I get up and I get up early for work. So if I get up and I see that shit whipping on my on the camera already, I know I need to leave a lot earlier because it's gonna be some slow going traffic. Today, it was like we'd have pockets of clear and we'd be hauling ass, and then we'd hit this fucking thickness and we're like, "Oh fuck." And we go from like 60 down to 20. We're like, "Whoa." Yeah, it's scary because you don't know what the fuck is in front of you. It's almost like you expect the edge of the earth. You know what I mean? It's almost like I'm gonna roll up and there's gonna be no ground in front of me and I'm gone. It's like, oh my god. It's just weird. Your brain fucking plays games with you when you don't have structure and shit in front of you. You just have white. It's very weird. Foggy mind games, right? Yeah. Fuck. But yeah, that was crazy. The Tuli fogs, not good. Not good. That shit's dangerous. I wanted to talk about my dad a little bit today. My dad was a big part of my life for sports, in particular. When I played soccer, he was always my coach. Neither one of us, we were approached to play by the league because they were trying to build up the league still. Um, and they didn't have coaches, and I mean they were desperate. So my dad volunteered, knowing nothing about soccer, literally nothing, like nothing. What's soccer? It was like, what the fuck is soccer? Oh, okay. So he volunteered to coach me and my team, and we were legends from that day on. It was really fun with him as my coach, and I don't think we ever had a losing season. I can't remember a losing season. It was just we were really good and we loved playing, and the way he had structured our practice was fun. And it wasn't like he just he would just have offense, scrimmage, defense, and we would patch holes and fix corners, and it was just a lot of fun. He didn't mind if you had fun while you were practicing. But yeah, he would make you run if you practice or you screwed off a little too much. But that was true punishment for me. I was a goalie. I'm like, do not make me fucking run. Okay, I will do whatever you want. Just don't make me run. I hated running. God, it was a punishment. And then my sister, the track star. I'm like, son of a bitch. Yeah, I don't know how she loved running. She was amazing. Her long legs would just fucking take her and go, man. Yeah. She was the runner, not me. No. I was like, no, that's not for me. Although, when I did play softball, I ended up playing, like, I think left field? It's wherever they hit the ball the most because I was, like, busy as fuck. I would run my ass off out there, though, but I only had to run for short spurts, and then if it was close enough, I'd just dive and catch it, so I didn't have to run too much. I could cut off at least 5 steps by diving. That's how fucking lazy I am. Now you understand. Now you understand. Yeah, but my dad was he was my coach, but not just that, I forget what a great athlete my dad was, and it was effortless for him. I remember seeing all his trophies when I was a kid. That mom had all his trophies up by the fireplace, and there were so many, and you could tell he was a track star, he was a football star, he was a basketball star. I thought, "Well, how fucking cool is that, man?" All these different sports, and he was excellent in all of them, and I was just like, "That is cool." And then, I was just hoping that he would stay my coach for sure because we were doing really, really well with him. And he would go out there. It was so great with him because he worked a job where he was on 24 off 24. So sometimes the guys would come from work and they'd help us with practice, which was fun. So he wore cowboy boots. That was his thing. He could kick a soccer ball very accurately with a cowboy boot. I mean, he could run with cowboy boots. It was I don't know how the fuck he did it, but he could play any sport in boots. Football, basketball, bowling. He could play any sport. He set a really high bar for me and my sister, which I honestly feel like we have both achieved that bar and sustained it and passed it down to the next generation. So, I think we had a pretty athletic family and we had a lot of fun doing it. and it was great having him as a coach. And I'm sure anyone that had my dad as a coach or even knew my dad probably had a lot of good memories of him because he was just a knucklehead. Just memories of having our whole entire soccer team in the back of the pickup truck and driving to the field or something. There's like 12 kids in the back of this pickup truck sitting on the edge, and it's so Gen X. I hate to be so cliche, but it's so Gen X. I mean, that many kids in the back of a pickup truck, unsecured, just dangling off the side, tailgate down. Yeah, it's different times. Different times. Even if we were crossing the freeway. So what? So what? That's beside the point. Hang on, I gotta throw this for Chupa. There you go. So what was my next subject here? Doodar, doodar. Oh shit. This is a more serious subject. Chupa, can you go away for just a minute? This is a more serious subject for me because I have frustrations with life in general, and some of them were brought to me. They weren't mine. You know what I mean? They were created by someone else, and it's affected me my whole life, so it frustrates me. I'm gonna talk about my first grade teacher, Mrs. Friel, and I believe Miss Friel was like 137 at least. Definitely old, and even for a kid back then, she was old. Okay, I knew she was hella old. She in first grade, we were basically learning to write and all that kind of crap. So we had our giant elephant pencils, the fucking green ones that are thicker than your thumb, and the lead spot in itself is as big as the eraser on a pencil. It's huge. So you're writing, you got it on your shoulder and you're learning to write and you're using them. And okay, I was writing with my left hand because that's the hand that I chose to write with, I guess. That's what I was writing. I could use either foot for soccer. I could use either hand for like baseball and stuff like that. But I mean, I was just a kid at the time, and my left hand is where the pencil wanted to go, right? So I'm left-handed. Okay, I might be ambidextrous, but my left hand was my primary hand. She kept pulling the pencil out of my hand and putting it in my right hand. And she'd look me dead eye and go, "We write with our right, and what's left is our left." And I would be like, "Wow, okay." I was confused. I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't write with this hand. I can with this one, but I can't the coordination is not here with this one like it is with this one." She just kept doing it. She kept doing it until I just gave up and said, "Okay." I mean, I'm a little kid. I don't know that that's not she's making me feel like something's wrong with me because I'm doing it. So I did. I swapped. And boy, that fucked me up. I'll tell you what. At the time, no one knew, but I had dyslexia on top of that. So I have dyslexia that I'm battling with, and then I have this fucking teacher taking my dominant hand and swapping it to my non-dominant hand and just fucking my whole head up because I mean they've done studies on that kind of shit, and they said it leads to poor handwriting, and anyone that's seen my handwriting knows my handwriting is fucking horrible. Horrible. My printing's horrible. It's just messy and fucking one letter goes one direction, another letter goes another direction. I write in all capitals, and it's just I have anger and frustration issues over this shit, and I struggle to put what's in my head onto paper because I can't translate it. I can't focus enough to translate what's in my brain onto what's on paper. And I'll try to go, and then I want to go faster, and then that's when dyslexia kicks in and goes, "Oh no, we're gonna flip that A and E, mother." I mean, the first time I did a Word document, it was like 90% red lines. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I look, and I'm like, "Oh my god, okay." Yeah, and then it was my history teacher. No, it was my English teacher. My English teacher, when I was getting my bachelor's degree, he made me go to this site and test myself, and sure as shit, they're like, you have dyslexia." I'm like, "Yeah, no surprise there. Would have liked to have known that a little earlier." I mean, I guess my parents knew earlier, but there was really there was no answer for it. Like no one had like a plan for what to do to help dyslexia. I mean, back then we didn't have AIDS, we didn't have any of that stuff back then. So something as simple as dyslexia was not understood. I mean, they knew what it entailed, but they didn't know how to fix it basically, which they still really don't, but they have things that you can do to help yourself. And it does help. It does help, but you got to focus. You got to focus. But yeah, that really fucked me up. Swapping my dominant hand really fucked me up. And I don't know if you have kids and they're doing one thing or the other, but don't do that to them, man. You're gonna fuck them up because it like breaks the cycle of your focus. Like it was and then it went to here. Yeah, it's not good. That's not good. Go from 0 to poop. I did, I talked to you last time about the old school commercials, and I had a couple, and I've had a busy week, so I really haven't been able to actually dive into that, but I did have a few old school commercials that always every time they come on, I always go, "Oh," the Budweiser commercials for Christmas, with the horses, the Clydesdales. I really, really love those Clydesdales. It was always fun, and then I think they had a couple with the dogs and stuff like that, and then they play football and things like that. So that was fun. The Hershey Kiss commercial for Christmas that's been around since the beginning of Hershey Kisses, where they ding 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 ding. Yes, everybody knows that one. And there used to be a dude here in California named Cal Worthington. He had a car lot in well, he had a couple probably, but the one I'm thinking of is in Sacramento for you that aren't from here. He had a car dealership there, and boy, he was quite the character. He did his commercials were amazing. I miss his commercials, I truly do. But yeah, I will pop a survey on at the end, and if anybody ever listens to this, we can gather it. We'll see whatever happens because I doubt it, but we'll see. I was gonna write a song. I've been having issues with Chupa for some reason. Like when I got her, well, not when I got her, but when I took her to the vet, she had worms, right? She's a puppy. So they gave me the dewormer and all that kind of crap. So we got home, I gave her the dewormer. I waited 2, 3 weeks. They didn't go away. I'm like, fuck. So I go back and I'm like, this stuff's not working. Oh, well, we'll give you another dose. They give me another dose, another 2 weeks. I said, this shit's not working. Okay, so I go and I do a little research and I find probably the best one that I can get over the counter, and I get it, right? I order it. It comes in the small pack comes in like a little 4-pack of pill. They're pills, but you can chew them. Like they're meant to give to them in their food or just give them to eat. And 9 times out of 10 they won't eat them by out of your hand unless they're gobblers. And she's not a gobbler. I mean, she'll eat it, but she's not a gobbler. I had to trick her. So I broke it in half, and I had her watching me because she knew I was opening something. So I pretended that I dropped it and that I wanted to get it really fast. And she scooped it up and ran into the living room. And I chased her through the living room trying to get it back, even though I didn't want it back. She ate one half while we were chasing, and then she dropped the other half. And I'm like, ah, shit. I'm like, cool, give me that, give me that. And she goes running up and scooped it up. And we did another lap around the table, and then she ate that too. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then I'm like, ah, shit, I got to give her one more. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, how am I going to trick her again? And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And I look at her and I have it in my hand and I go, you can't have this. And I just launched it. And I'm like, oh no. And she's like, ah, she grabs it and just just ate it. And I was like, wow, that was so easy. How the fuck? It was hilarious because I hate giving pills to dogs when they don't want it. Like Bean would have tore my ass up. I would be bleeding as we speak. Yeah, it wouldn't have been good. Gals is a gobbler. All I had to do was put a piece of meat around it and it was gone. She was a gobbler. No, Bean was like, "What's in this meat? I sense something in meat." Yes, yes. There's pill in the meat. This meat will not sustain me. I am sorry. But yeah, I was going to write a song because of the worms. It just made me laugh. But this shit I gave her, and I can't. What the hell is it called? I'll have to put it at the end notes, okay, in case you want to use it. This shit worked. Woo! Man, it worked. They were gone like the next day. And they're gone today. They were gone the day before yesterday. I was like, "Sweet baby Jesus. Finally, finally." I'm sure she's happy too. God damn, man. That's annoying and gross. It's gross. It's like, fuck, man. Thank God she goes outside 90% of the time. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with Berlin, the band Berlin. I love Berlin, man. They're awesome. That's Gen X shit, man. We went and saw Berlin live. It was cool. Stage caught fire. I think I talked about that. Um, but one of the songs is No More Words, right? So my line's going to be No More Worms. You've taken X guard 3 times, but they won't go away. No more worms. So there's my first chorus. Okay, so I'll have more later. I have to think on it. But yeah, that's how stupid I am. I love doing that dumb shit. There you go. Nothing that stops me from entertaining you, right? If that entertains you, are you not entertained? No, you're probably not, but who cares? I'm not getting paid. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I'll try to put that survey at the end and I will try to find out what the next guard ass kicker is because I can't remember what it's called. But boy, it sure works and I recommend it. Works on 4 different worms. 4 different types of worms. And whatever she had, they weren't targeting. It wasn't getting targeted with the next guard. As soon as I used this shit, the next day, nothing. The next day, nothing. It was great. I was like, fuck, why didn't I get this 2 months ago? I would have saved myself some fucking money. Yeah, exactly. Do I need to say more? No. All right, well, adopt, don't shop, spay and neuter. You hear that, Chupa? Live your life, do your thing, enjoy. Enjoy. All right, peace out, and I will catch you later. Meow.